just am a little disgusted.
Yeah.
And I'm also encouraging people to have children and be independent, which is their biggest fear.
Yeah, they don't want independence.
Yeah, they want to lower the population and lower morale. They don't want someone to be like, it's all good, man. Like, you know, like I like that dude Bryce that you hang with. Like I like
Bryce
what he's
Mitchell,
doing. Yeah, like
he's awesome.
I love his posts about farming because it's like all the power is right there. And so I think that's what they got so pissed at me about, where they're like, you're just getting people to be like, dude, seeds and dirt, man. You know?
Well, and even like Bryce, you know, because he has his own animals and kills them, they ask him, you know, the respect for it. He's like, oh, so much more. You know, when I kill a cow,
Absolutely.
it's like tough. And it's like I try to use everything. And then when I eat the meat, I appreciate it. It's
Absolutely, dude.
That's what the slaughterhouse is. You lose all touch of reality of what you're eating and that you still are taking a life for it.
It's like porn. It's like you lose all respect. You're just jerking it to like women that could be from a cargo container. You know,
and most all of them are sexually abused, by the way. I think it's like you're contributing to sexual abuse.
Yeah.
That's why these girls do that. And
you don't even connect it. It's like factory farms the same way. You're just eating it. And when you think about the suffering of those animals,
like basically tortured their entire life, just living in hell. At least raise your animal right, so that when you kill it
with dignity,
does it instantly without any suffering. And
exactly.
Like, it is a little, I think, stressful for him even, you know? It's like you still go, oh, I got to go kill this cow.
Yeah, and then you appreciate all of it, and you like, there's something more spiritual about that.
He says he can't sell the meat because of the regulation.
I could talk to him about that.
Yeah, I don't know how that
works.
There's
private memberships that
maybe I should have you talk to him about that.
It's the same thing.
He can't sit at allowed to sell his meat. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You can't sell your meat.
Yeah, they're like, we made this. See, but they're playing a dangerous game because it's like, they're like, you can't use the commercial system that we invented. And if enough people are like, okay, then they lose their system. That's what, you know, that's the craziest thing.
If everyone starts walking away, which, you know, it could happen. So when people are starting to see it now it's just the next steps. They're seeing the whole system's rigged. These people aren't good people in charge. Yeah,
that's why I think they let me back on Twitter and some of these other people, because people are starting to do like actual alternatives. Like Gab was growing and all these things are growing, and they're
that's
like,
what they're scared of. That's why I think I haven't been banned from YouTube yet.
Yeah,
I still might be, but I haven't been banned yet. I think because too many people are like seeing it different, and they're like, "Fuck, what do we do?"
Yeah, I think they changed the MO. I don't think you're going to be banned.
You wouldn't be banned now.
I wouldn't be banned now.
That's fucked up, right? But they won't let you back on.
No, I think they have a policy.
Is there any way to, you know, Sneeko got his YouTube back. Let me ask him how.
I will, yeah. Because I was making fun of the CEO direct. It was during the opiate.
She's dead now, isn't she?
But she died of the thing that she was mad at me about. So I blew the whistle on the Sacklers way early. And I was like, this family, because I like to isolate the people.
Yeah.
Not even like the Jews. They're Jews.
Which Jews?
Yeah, which Jews? Right.
Not every single one.
My Jew is a good Jew. Just don't let them be in groups. And so the Sacklers, and I was doing stuff on that, and they got so pissed. They were like banning everything. And then her son died of opiates. And then she died.
Yeah, so you were trying to save her and trying to warn her.
Well, that was the thing. It was like, what I was saying was to help people like her own son. That's why the chickens come home to roost. Like the very thing they're poisoning people with is going to affect their own home.
Oh, that's crazy. It's like sad.
It is.
Even though they're wicked people, like her son dying from it, it's like I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Exactly. And that's the way the balance of the world works. Is like you can't really do anything to other people without accepting it. It's just there's like a time delay. It might not be today or tomorrow. It might be in a generation, but that's going to come back to hit you.
Oh, that's what I guess we can't imagine, just treating people bad for no reason.
Yeah, especially the innocent. Yeah.
Especially the innocent, like the kids. Like, is Hollywood, I know you weren't like that in the main scenes, but are these people really like satanic, you think?
Looking back, I think so. Like the group I was in is just turn a blind eye, but I wasn't aware of it, or else I wouldn't have turned a blind eye. Yeah. But it's, looking back, I can definitely see there was like a hatred of the good, the true, the beautiful, you know, and it wasn't as bad in the early 2000s. There was a major change like 2014.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, Galifianakis would do a joke with hard ends in it. Like, it was a different universe.
That's right.
You know, like, comedians weren't really regulated. It was like, how much can you... And then when Netflix came in, and it's, you know, Netflix is owned by the grandson of Edward Bernays, you know? And then they start giving every comic... Like, I got $100,000 for my Comedy Central special. They were giving out, like, a million.
Yeah, crazy, right? Just people that weren't even that funny.
No, people that weren't even that famous.
Everyone was just pumping them out, and they're trying to pump them out too.
Yeah, because they wanted to control
another $1 million.
social engineering.
So what you talk about?
Yeah, and then they do laugh tracks, right? Because comedians had so much power. It's just like how science had power, because the scientific method's really accurate. So then they're like, okay, if we control the science brand and call it the science, then we have the power. It's like that because comedians had power.
Trust the science,
right? Because
science is always you're supposed to question science. That is what science is.
But it's fiat currency. It's like this is as good as gold. You do the swap. This paper is gold, and then they slowly start taking the value away from the paper. And I saw that in comedy. It's like the comedian is a very trusted position because you can't get a laugh unless it's true. And then they swapped it out, and then they started pulling it away. Like, you can't make fun of Caitlyn Jenner. You can't, black people are off limits.
Caitlyn Jenner. It's like, that's hilarious.
Well, that was the Woman of the Year bit that Chappelle did later was the bit that got me in so much trouble because it was so obvious. Because they wanted that abomination to spread, where it's like they wanted little kids to cut their dicks.
It's disgusting. It should be made fun of. Yeah, Chappelle stole your bit, right?
Yeah, or one of his writers.
And Kanye called him out for it.
Yeah, that was great.
I saw that clip when Kanye's like, "You stole it."
Yeah, he put me in a group chat with Chappelle. He was like, "You owe." It's like in the music industry, it's called sampling. You owe him.
That's funny. That's good for him for sticking up for you.
No, Kanye's
you actually know him, or you just saw that he stole the bit?
Yeah, no, he's like a real non-homogenized.
You seem mad that he stole your bit, like genuinely sticking up for you. You know, and you're white. You're like, it seems, but he's still just like he did wrong.
Yeah, without honor and art,
stick up for the black guy.
Exactly,
did it,
and I would stick up for someone stealing that. You know, it's because if you don't,
up, dude.
If you don't, then
that's your art. It's
and also if everyone does that, they own us. Like, because us being like, oh no, that's this bit, and I've done bits that other people have done without knowing it, and then attributed it and be like, oh, he did it first.
Because sometimes it'll be something kind of similar.
Parallel thinking.
But sometimes some things, exactly. So that's why it gets tricky. Because sometimes people are thinking of the same ideas, but some things like too similar.
Yeah, and also they won't acknowledge it publicly. That's the part where I'm always like, huh.
At least be like, oh, maybe one of the writers told it. He could be like, oh, he came up with it first, or maybe one of my writers fucked this up. Give you something.
Or it's because what they do parasitically is they take from living people, because they can't really make art if they're too inverted. And then they use it, and then they gaslight that person and make sure no one hears that person. And then they use the bit for an agenda, you know? And that's why they can't shout you out. They can't just be like, oh, that dude had the bit, because then people will hear the other stuff
you say. So they'll steal the one bit.
Exactly. That's why it's all about silencing the person. I had hundreds of millions of YouTube views, just wiped.
God, that sucks.
I know. It gave me that sense of what really matters, though. It's like,
oh yeah, you realize there's always more to life. You can't let that.
Exactly.
But it is fucking fucked up.
It's crazy.
I'll ask Nico how he got his YouTube back, because not many people do. It's really hard to get him back.
Yeah.
What was the reason they took yours away?
They just said, well, one was I read my buddy's eulogy, a vet who died from opiates, and I was like crying, and I was like basically talking. Sad. Yeah, and I was like, if you guys start another fucking war, you know, I was like so emotional about it. And that really freaked them out.
Yeah, like because they could see real emotion.
It was real pain, and I was like, "Don't do this again."
See it, yeah. And it's like talking to a black guy recently, and he was just so mad about the crack epidemic, and like,